Welcome to Salon Talk, Stylist to Stylist, where we get into some things. Hey, you guys. So, a topic that has been heavy on my heart that I want to speak about that I know will help a lot of hairstylists out there is being a hairstylist and also dealing with your anxiety as a hairstylist. Having anxiety as a hairstylist is something I has always dealt with ever since I've been into this industry. I personally have been doing hair for 10 years plus, men and women, and all different races of people. And my anxiety is still alive and kicking. It's just now very far in between. So I would love to share with you guys what I do and how I deal with my fear, frustration, and worries when it comes to doing hair. Okay, so before I get into that, I would like to define what anxiety is so you can identify if this is something you can relate to or not. Anxiety, a feeling of worry, nervousness, or unease about an event or something with an uncertain outcome. Okay, so now that we know the definition of anxiety, and we all know this is real and this is something that we as hairstylists we deal with, I want to tell you guys how I actually work through these issues and how I make it through. The first thing I do is eliminate the problem before it starts. So if you were in a situation where a client is asking you to do something that you know you don't know how to do, be honest with that client. Do not sit there and try to make it seem like you can do everything under the sun, because it doesn't matter how long you've been in this industry. It's always something you can learn, and it's always something you do not know how to do. So you first want to eliminate the problem with your honesty. By being honest with clients, you definitely will grow their trust, because the easiest person to trust is the most honest person in the room. These popular sayings of fake it until you make it, or don't let them see you sweat, or I'm a hustler, I'm not turning any money down, that's going to run your business down to the ground. That's going to ruin your reputation, and overall, your client is going to leave unhappy and never going to return. Always keep in mind that you are running a business, so your overall reputation, your honesty, your trust, your integrity, and your belief system should always overrank money at all costs. So being honest is always the way to go. It may take you longer to get there, but once you're there, you have more of a solid foundation and you'll be able to stay there longer than most. The second thing I learned how to do very easy now is let it go. There's no way to sugarcoat it. It's nothing that can definitely take away your confidence as a client complain about their hair and tell you how much they don't like it. It makes you feel bad as a stylist because you put your love, your passion, your heart on the line when you are doing everyone's hair. So when you have a client that is unhappy and unpleased, it actually bothers you. And sometimes it can last for days, weeks, and it's something you overplay in your head over and over again. But as a stylist, we have to learn how to let things go and actually grow from that moment and learn something from it. By listening to your client's complaint and concern and not shying away from it or being mean or rude, you definitely can learn something in that situation, because you will know the difference between a client complaining and they having a valid complaint, or someone just being a complainer. And if a client has a valid complaint, that is when you can grow from that situation. The saying, eat the meat and spit out the bones, is definitely applies in this situation. So the third thing I do to fight my anxiety is education. Education is the key, you guys. Once you learn something, you never can unlearn it. So never put yourself in a position of where you think you know it all or is nothing out there that you can learn anymore, or you refuse to learn. Because once you do that, you have now reduced your talent and you have now put yourself in a box. Always be open to learn. It's so many ways you can learn for free. You can learn on YouTube, you can learn on TikTok, you can learn on Instagram, and there's so many other free platforms out there. But if you are in a position where you can't find what you're looking for free and you have to pay for it, do not be shy to do that. I have done that plenty of times. I have paid for color classes. I have paid for classes to teach me different techniques. I have paid for business management courses and have seen great results with those. And keep in mind, big corporation and big businesses do this all the time. For example, when I worked in a call center, I constantly went through training consistently on new updates, on new things that the business was growing into. So that's exactly what you do for yourself. These big companies, these big corporations constantly send you as an employee through courses, through classes, through seminars, so you can learn more about their business and you can help their business financially grow. So, why wouldn't you do that for yourself when it comes to your own small business? Never be scared to educate yourself. The fourth thing that I stopped doing, and I learned this very early in the industry, and I'm going to stick beside it, is stop comparing yourself to other stylists. This is very important. You don't know the history of the next stylist beside you or the stylist on social media. You know nothing about these stylists. All you do know is you and your truth. You compare yourself to the yesterday you. Are you better than what you was yesterday? And if you are, then you have done your job and you keep building on yourself every single day. But to compare yourself to other stylists, especially in this day and age where social media is so present, and you can say to yourself, well, this stylist have more following, have more people liking their posts, have more people liking their services, so they must be the best stylist out there. No, and comparing yourself to the next stylist is just doing you a disservice. And if you have clients that want to compare you to other stylists, then you let them know. If you truly want that stylist, then you definitely need to go to them and sit in their chair. Me, I am me, and I am unique when it comes to doing my service. I can give you something similar, but I can't give you exact. If you want exact, then you need to go to the person that did that exact hairstyle. And you can definitely let your client know that you're not trying to be rude. You just want to be honest so they know exactly what they're paying for. Okay, so the fifth and final thing I do to deal with my anxiety is I pray. I pray all the time. I pray before I get to the salon to make sure I make it there safely. I pray when I'm in the salon before my client comes to pray over the environment, the temperament, and the tone in the salon. I pray when my client's in the seat and I am doing the hair to make sure I understand the assignment, to make sure I'm giving a great service, and to also make sure my client feel comfortable and at ease when they're in my chair. You guys, prayer is so powerful. It built up my confidence, it built up my belief system, it built my endurance, my trust in myself, and overall it has helped me with controlling my attitude and always having control over my environment. God has shown me so much through prayer about myself, good or bad or indifferent. He has always been my anchor. And I do know if you don't believe in God, then that's up to you. But overall, for me, over here is very much given to my God. Thank you to my God. To my God. Thank you to my God. All right, you guys. So those are the top 5 things that I do consistently to work through my anxiety. I hope this helped you guys out. Thank you so much for listening to today's podcast. And you know what I like to do. You know what I like to do. I always like to leave you guys with some type of quote to help you with dealing with failure. So let's get into it. Okay. So the quote says, I can accept failure. Everyone fails at something. But what I cannot accept is not trying. I really love this quote because it sums me up and it definitely defines me because I am the type of person that I'm going to try no matter what people say, no matter how many times people have failed at it. If it's something my heart desires, I'm definitely going to try. So I hope you guys love today's podcast, and I'll talk to you guys next Wednesday. Bye.